And so we move to super heavyweight. 120 kilograms. That's what super heavyweight means. And we've got two fighters here. We've got from Uzbekistan, MOHAMEDOV FIRDAVS, and from Russia, Ilya MAMIN. Here he is. MOHAMEDOV FIRDAVS, the Uzbekistan Penchak SILAT champion. SILAT kickboxing, what he does. And as you can see, he looks like a pretty tough cookie.
And this is, for me, my favorite weight class, because here, these guys can knock each other out with just one strike.
With just one punch, it's true. And everyone is always looking at heavyweight classes around, but if you think about the weapons at your disposal in SILAT, to be a heavyweight SILAT exponent means that, yes, you could literally catch someone on the chin with a forehead punch, with a chin punch, and take them straight out. Nothing's going to stop that amount of force going through your skull.
You know, it's nice to watch a lot of the lighter weight classes because there's a lot of speed and technique involved there. But you know, if you're looking for sheer absolute power,
I'm like you.
It's the heavyweights and the super heavyweights.
Totally, I'm totally with you. Maybe it was the Tyson era or whatever, but when it came down to it, people like us who remember the 80s can always think about those big heavy punches. But it's just that we're not going to see that many front kicks. You can tell we're not going to see the speed and the lightning fast movements, possibly, but it depends on how you carry yourself as a fighter. And a lot's going to be said about his opponent. Ilya MAMIN only came into the ring really recently after James Teofilio couldn't make it for the event. So these are training injuries. So Ilya MAMIN, not much we know about him. He'll be stepping out on the stage in just a second. Right now, MOHAMEDOV FIRDAVS getting his Vaseline and the pat down. Of course, he'll get his headscarf as well. After this, coming up the main event and the last fight of the night between Malaysia's two-time Malaysian champion and the Iranian champion.
One of the big questions here for MOHAMEDOV is how will he adjust to a new opponent here, as you mentioned, in Ilya?
Yeah.
He has been training for a different opponent, but unfortunately, because of that training injury, suddenly his opponent has changed.
Yeah, it's only in the, I think it was in the last week that was announced, so he has had a little bit of run-up, but you're right. It's psychologically, fighters prepare for these things for months ahead, so I don't know if he'll just come out. You were saying about Uzbek fighters beforehand as being just tough as nails. I wonder if he's just going to take the punches and then attack, or go straight for the kill shots. And that's the other thing about heavyweights and super heavyweights, is that a good heavyweight, a good super heavyweight, can take a punch just as well as he can deliver it. And what Anthony was saying is true. What causes a knockout in all fight sports is actually a rapid compression of the skull against the brain. That's what actually knocks you out. So when your brain says, enough, I cannot take any more. And just one clean contact. We see the kind of contact that we've seen from Genovic Palabar here in this ring now. It's going to lead to knockout. Here he is, Ilya MAMIN. 120 kilograms.
And now on the other side of the coin, when you talk about Ilya, what is his mindset? Because just about a week ago, he wasn't very prepared for a fight here, which is actually on the biggest stage of SILAT.
It's not just any fight, it's a brand new ring, it's a brand new format, and it's in front, as you said, of a home crowd. You don't usually say that. You don't usually say there's a home crowd in ring sports, but yeah. And it's going to be something he's going to have to get used to, because the next 4 challenges, of course, in Malaysia as well, and going at the end in December, Datra Merdeka, it's going to be awash with mixed martial arts fans. We've seen enough tonight already from the first night of SILAT to show that it is going to stand alone in its ferocity and its tenacity. You can just see there, right there, he's just getting used to some of the traditions that come in, because he's a new boy.
What I'm very curious is to at what particular stage he's in as far as his training for this particular fight is concerned. Because a lot of times, yes, fighters actually stay in the gym, they continue to work out, but you know, there's a different and separate preparation that you have when you know you're taking on a fight. And obviously, with just 1 week notice, we don't know exactly at what particular stage he's at as far as his training and preparation is concerned.
I mean, I can't generalize and say most Russian fighters can block that out, but they do have a, you know, this element of calmness around them from what we've seen. Now, which of these two extremely, look at that. Wow, 105 kilograms, 193 kilograms. We're pushing it now in terms of super heavyweights. And it's the lighter. Yeah, and look at the reach difference as well. Gonna be interesting to see what Ilya can do here. As you can see there, the titles, achievements, SILAT champion, MOHAMEDOV. I wonder if we'll see an explosive start from him. And I'm also interested to wonder what the 8 steps of SILAT can look like for super heavyweights.
I'm with you on that. And it's going to be FIRDAVS to start things off after the ambassadors are through.
Yep, and they are through. We can just confirm that. AJ Pyro, our referee, calls MOHAMEDOV FIRDAVS for his 8 steps. That's 2 big boys in that ring, Anthony. Well, I mean, as we said, we weren't expecting the graceful jumps and lifts.
That was short and sweet.
That was short and sweet. Can we go shorter? Can we go sweeter?
Boy, a little bit more elaborate than this one.
And you can just see there again the constant movement forward from some of these moves. SILAT is not meant as a backing away sport. It's not meant to do a Mayweather, as we said earlier on.
Okay, fighters.
Do not blink.
Do not blink. This could all be over very quickly.
And I said T, stop. And I said Lanka, fight.
There are very few people which will make AJ Pyro look small, but we've got 2 of them in there now.
Bersedia. Round 1. Judge.
Judges are ready. The timer's ready. Here we go.
Here we go. Is it going to be open fists right from the start? So different from boxing. They're juggling around like boxers, but they're constantly searching each other. Oh, the trip. Good move from MOHAMEDOV.
And MOHAMEDOV quickly in the guard there.
That's good defense from that. Made sure he was flat as well.
Pyro says stop, get back on your feet, and here we go again. 30 seconds gone in round number 1.
Ilya just holding off, looking for that opening, and in with the flying punch.
Wow, Superman punch coming here from
That would have been
FIRDAVS.
heavy. Oh, great
Nice
power
takedown by Ilya. But unfortunately for Ilya, they land on the yellow portion of the ring, and so
it's immediate
they've got to
restart.
get back up. A minute gone.
Lanka, fight.
AJ telling them they've got to engage.
Ilya now backing off a little bit after those initial punches. It's unclear as to whether that flying punch connected or not.
Trying to go for the takedown there was Ilya. But it's stuffed.
Fighters, right.
It is the one that's backing off here. MOHAMEDOV looking for the opening.
Still a feeling out process here, which is actually something we're not used to seeing.
Oh, they're
and now
the big
they
punches.
engage. Big reach advantage here for Ilya. And he's not taking advantage at this particular stage. This is his strike zone.
Yeah, exactly. Another
nice trip.
At it on the floor again. Now, Ilya has managed to contact already with MOHAMEDOV. You can just see over his left eye. And around his left eye is a little bit of puffiness. There.
Ilya did the right thing there. He had his opponent in his guard and tied up the arms. And so once again, they're in the stand-up.
Lanka.
Under 40 seconds remaining here in the first.
AJ Pyro again asking them to engage.
Trying to get inside his strike zone is Firdavs.
You can just see him trying to move in.
Lanka. Engage.
He's not giving up much ground.
Fight.
And again, oh, heavy blows.
But you can just see the reach discrepancy.
Yeah,
MOHAMEDOV threw his full right, but it just landed short.
Got to come in, and if he comes in, it could be trouble. 10 seconds left in round one. Oh, big kick and a near miss. Wow, a very interesting first round. A lot to take away from that, Anthony.
Well, it'd be nice to see the exchanges on the replays. There were a couple of big blows, but really none landing solidly.
Yeah, there is a bit of puffiness, as we said, around Mohamedov's left eye. And I wonder if that came from a clean connection, but this was early on in the round. Look at that, he picks him up.
Actually, that was a takedown there from Ilya.
Proper takedown, yeah.
Trying to go for a takedown once again. There was Ilya. He looked like he was the more aggressive fighter, but here he gets taken down off that trip.
Well, that's been a very good, interesting part of Mohamedov's strategies, to use the trip to put his Ilya off balance and then come in with the punches. And there's that puffiness around the eye. I think it's now graduated to a cut. It has. There's a tiny cut just on the corner of his eye. He's going to want to look to protect that early on in this fight. He's got 2 rounds to protect that, and if Ilya's seen it, and you can expect big rights to be coming to follow that up.
Ilya there not happy with his footing. Went back over to his corner to make sure that he wipes his feet, and now here we go, round number 2. You can see Ilya
looking for that
bending
big right.
down. I think he wants to land that straight left. And AJ Pyro is going to warn both of them. I think this might be the final warning.
Yeah.
And then that yellow's coming out. And obviously these fighters don't want to see that yellow because they're going to be deducted from their fight purse.
Oh, good combo in from Mohamedov.
MOHAMEDOV coming inside. That is where he needs to engage.
That's exactly what he's been trying to do. Got some luck there, and there's a trip again. That's the 3rd trip he's caught him with.
MOHAMEDOV says, get up. I want nothing to do with you on the ground.
Yeah, exactly. Ilya was quick to show that all of his limbs are down. He was on his back.
They've got to engage. That was a grazing right.
A huge punch. Now Ilya trying to make the most of it. Oh.
He comes up with a left.
I don't even know how he balanced that punch. 1 point, both his legs were above his head.
But it looks like MOHAMEDOV is a little bit groggy still at this stage.
Yeah, from that hit that he took.
That was a solid left.
It was a solid left, and now it looks like Mohamedov's guard is slower. He's guarding that left eye of his. Oh, another good combo.
He eats a kick though, talking about Ilya. That's why you've got to be quick here. Going to the body with a kick.
Well defended by Ilya.
AJ Pyro says, once again, you're off the middle of the ring. And it looks like MOHAMEDOV is winded.
Yeah, Mohamedov has definitely taken a bit of a beating in this round, no doubt. He's still savagely trying to protect that left eye.
Lanka, action.
Right now, this is in the strike zone of Ilya. From this distance, nice
good,
big left.
Great combination. And I think that's enough. That might be enough.
I think he's still dazed.
You said it right at the beginning of the start. It could be one punch that knocks it down, and look at that. It was a slow, crunching punch. Well done to Ilya MAMIN. Probably could have done more with the positions that he had.
But of course, hats off to him, because remember, he took this fight on 1 week's notice.
Yeah, that's right. He's a late entry to the fight card, so anything that could be done. And this is good to see. The camaraderie between the fighters. Ilya is going to be very happy with that. Both fighters were warned at one point for not engaging, but again, another flag makes its appearance. As we look at the highlights here, some quick hands from Ilya.
There was that grazing right.
Yeah.
That dropped.
That's the one I was talking about.
MOHAMEDOV, yes.
It's amazing how he managed to keep his balance with that. Ilya MAMIN has shown he's a tough competitor. That's
there
the
was
punch.
that left. Look at that. That was actually a very short left jab.
That was an Ali jab, if anything. That was a proper left jab, and you could just see how it slowly took its toll on MOHAMEDOV as he fell down.
Pertarungan ke-9 setelah diputuskan untuk diberhentikan oleh juri. Maka juara pertandingan ke-9 jatuh kepada penjuru putih.
And it's good to see another international flag raised here at the SILAT Championships. Genovic Palava raised the Filipino flag. We've got Ilya MAMIN who's about to raise the Russian flag. Truly international tournament based on national culture of Malaysia. It's good to see all the interest. As we said at the top of the card, some 57 nations make up the World SILAT Masters Championship. There are lots of opens that happen around the world that these fighters are part of, and of course some of them will be going to the SEA Games as well. Well done to Ilya MAMIN. He gets his medal and he gets his prize money from our VIPs gathered here in this open arena in Putrajaya. There's the shot that will make the papers, I'm sure, in Russia tomorrow. And so we get to the main event, the final night fight of the night in the